soul, soul to soul, soul to soul.
Two things define you: your patience when you have nothing and your attitude when you have everything. Dear viewers, once again a very warm welcome to Soul Talk Show. Today, in this episode, we have with us Sister Mary from Russia. She's in this godly knowledge from the past 20 years. A very warm welcome to you, Sister.
Thank you.
Sister, from your childhood, what was your dream?
It's a very interesting question for me because from my childhood I am looking for God, because I have very strong feelings inside of me that light of God with me all the time, every moment of my life. And I want to go to the God. And I am just looking for a way how to go.
Okay, so since your childhood you had this dream?
Yes. I remember when I was 10 years old, I just think, what place to find the God? Maybe in church. And I am going to church, to Christian church. And when I go inside, I feel darkness. Because all the moment of my life, I feel light of God. And inside of church, I feel darkness. And I think, why? Maybe because of me. Yes.
So were you a God-fear kind of a person? Were you a God-fear kind of a person?
For me, God was like a light. I feel like this.
Since your childhood you had this feeling?
Every moment, I was born in Soviet Union, and at that time we have no knowledge about God. And just few churches in town or in the city, and no information. And everyone say about atheism, yes, about atheism. And everyone say about communism and socialism, and that's all. And every person who I'm love or who I'm responsible, they talk about God. That God is just like a story for child. That's why. But inside of me, I feel very strong that God with me, and He all the time looking at me, and everything what I'm doing, and all my victories, small victories in my life, it's because of Him. That's why I'm looking for Him, and I want to go to Him.
Sister, tell us something about your childhood.
It was very happy time because it was Soviet Union time, and we were so happy because we feel that every of us like brother. And we never talking about nationalities, or we never talking about that person not good, that person good, never. We were so happy, and all the time I think maybe all the world will become unite, and I think maybe a war never be again. Yes. So it was very happy time, and I have a very good family, and we have everything.
Okay, tell us something about your family.
Oh, it was very big family for Russia style, because mother, father, granny, and I have two older brothers, and we lived together in a big home, and we all were so happy because we have everything. Yes, my mother was an engineer, my father was like driver. Yes, in medical driver.
Medical?
Medical driver means Yes, this car. And from my childhood, I was very interested in artists, and I'm drawing all the time. And also, I was very interested in mathematics and physics. Yes, that's everything was so interesting for me.
Sister, you were very interested in drawing. So, what is your profession now?
Dress designer and artist.
Okay, so you're an artist. Okay. And how did you develop this?
Now I'm using this for service because I'm for service for people. Yes, because we make some cultural program and we prepare very good costumes and we create some programs for people to tell them about the soul, about the God, about unity, about purity.
Okay, so that is included in your profession?
Yes.
Okay, it is apart from the spiritual journey?
Yes, of course.
And sister, how did you came into this spiritual knowledge? Were you very religious from your childhood?
I'm not was religious. I'm just looking for God. It's different things, yes. And when I go to St. Petersburg for my studying, at that time, just 3 years open a center in St. Petersburg, Brahmakumari Center. And I just have information about this center. And it was like signal for me. I understand I must be there. And I am going to this center. And when I came first time, I have very strong feel inside of me, like a light everywhere. That life, what I am feeling from my childhood. And I heard inside of me very strong voice. I'm such a long time waiting for you.
Okay, so you really heard it?
Yes. And at that time, no one else was inside of hall. I just feel inside of me. And when I first time when was first lesson for me, every word what I listen, I understand. I know about this, but I just forgot. And all the course was like this.
Sister, you were born and brought up in Russia. So, how was your lifestyle? You used to party, and how do you used to dress up?
Like usual person. Not in a sari, not in a sari. But from my childhood, I have miracle. I have such. I'm looking for sari because I'm looking for some journal. How to wear in sari, but we haven't sari in Russia at that time. But I was like usual person.
And what were your food habits?
Oh, it's a very big question because it was very big problem. My mommy never can feed me properly because I don't want eat. At that time, I'm not understand why. And only when I came to knowledge, I understand what means to be vegetarian and what vegetarian is. And from that time, I start eating properly.
Okay. So, did you have any addiction in life? Because Russia is a very cold country, so you need to have alcohol to keep yourself warm.
It's very big mistake that we need alcohol. We never need it. Okay. Because it's very big mistake about Russians that we use the alcohol all the time. No. Because in 1950, the Russia was the country, then the alcohol not used. maybe small. Only after that starts growing and growing and growing. And I'm myself, from my childhood, I feel like alcohol is something very dangerous. Very dangerous. And I am never take alcohol in my mind, in my mouth. Never. Because I understand it's very dangerous for people.
Okay, so you had this knowledge before only?
Before, yes. When I was 6 years old, I read one book. I don't remember because I was very small. And at that book was a story about the future time. And the author said at future time will be very good world. All the person will be very healthy, very beautiful, talents, and they will not have bad habits.
Okay, so were you really convinced whatever the book said?
Yes, I feel inside my heart it's real. And from that time, every time then guests come in our home, and it was like usual home, yes. And my family used the alcohol in holidays. But I always say to my mommy and my dad, not use this, because it's bad, because it will not in future.
Are you single or married?
I'm single.
Sister, did you ever had any obstacle in your life?
Never.
Why, sister, why are you single?
Because as I'm telling you, from my childhood, I have very strong feeling of God. And I feel that God for me everything. My mother, He is my father, and He is my bridegroom, and He is my friend. How can I go to marriage if God, He is my bridegroom?
Okay. But sister, God, you cannot see Him. Then,
but it's no matter. Because I have such a strong love inside my heart.
So it was always there?
Always. And that's why I'm looking for Him. I want to go to Him because He is my bridegroom.
And your dream was fulfilled?
Yes. And I tell my mommy when I was very small, I want to become, I want to go to God, I want to go to church and stay here with God, like a bride. Yes. And my mom think maybe it's like a child talking. That's all.
And how and when you came in contact with the Brahma Kumaris?
When I was 19.
Okay. And how?
I just have information about Brahma Kumari Center. And I go to this place.
What inspired you to go to that place?
It was like a signal for me. What I must go to this place. That's all.
So there was some inner voice?
Yes.
Didn't you have any Prince Charming in your mind? I mean, if you wanted to become, like, if you didn't want to get married to anyone and if you wanted to get married to God, didn't you had this dream of becoming a nun?
Yes, I have this dream from my childhood to become a nun. But my mommy said, first of all, you must take a high education. And after that, you can go. That's why.
How, from a black nun, you transformed into a Brahma Kumari?
But I wasn't black nun. I was like a usual person. But when I first time saw the white sari, I want to wear in this. And I try. And from that time, I'm wearing this white sari.
Sister, what inspired you to come to India?
Yes, because I feel inside of me that India is my motherland. And I feel that I must go to India to meet the God. It was before knowledge. And when I came to knowledge, and I understand that God come here, that's why I'm come here
So what kind of a knowledge?
to meet to God.
Okay, what kind of a knowledge you had beforehand that you had this feeling that
Once we read together with my mother. Once we read in newspaper that once upon a time God will come to India.
okay, so you read it in the newspaper.
Yes.
It was when I was very small. My mother not remember this, but I remember. She read me this newspaper, and I take it in my mind that God will come in India.
So is it true that God really comes in India? And how does that happen?
To the human body. Because it's like a miracle for me, but I understand it at first second I heard about this. Because it was in my memory, I think.
So there are so many institutions in the world which give us knowledge. Then why only Brahma Kumaris? Okay. So even teachings of God, other religion, other institutions also give. So why only Brahma Kumaris?
Because it's not religion. It's like true knowledge. It's like truth in. It's only this one. Only was in one university when we can take pure knowledge without any difference. Yes, and this from God directly. Yes, that's why.
How was your journey from a fashion designer to a BK?
But for me, it wasn't such a long way because I was 19 years old and I just start my professional. But when I take knowledge and understand that for me now, everything else it's not for me. Because for me now only God one. This is important. And every talent what I have, I must use for God's service. That's all.
And sister, if you wouldn't have been a BK, then what would you have been?
I never think about this. I have a strong feelings and experience inside me that God waiting for me and no another way.
And where do you see yourself like 10 years from now?
Like a deity. Like a pure person, like very strong person. And I have very, very strong faith that after 10 years will be heaven. Maybe all the world will change.
Do you believe that the world is going to change for the better? Okay. And sister, what one message you would like to give our audience?
Go to the God. Take the knowledge and become the pure. Because this is very important now, to become a pure. Because now it's the time to become a pure. Now it's the time to be with God. And now it's the time to take Srimad from God.
How to connect with Him?
Come to Brahma Kumaris. That's easy.
Sister, can you just share one of your unique experience with God?
This was 2 years ago. And I feel myself like bodiless, like point of light. It was very strong experience, very strong. I have received very strong light from God and power. At that time, I understand I no need anything else. Just this.
And how did it felt?
Like lightness and very, very strong silence. I can't find the word to talk about this because it's inside.
Were you happy with your previous life and now being a BK? What changes do you experience in yourself?
Before knowledge, I was very happy, and I think maybe I'm happiest person in the world. But was one problem. I want to make other people also happy, but I don't know how. And now I'm happiest person in the world because now I have a knowledge how to create happiness around me. Because I don't want to be a happy person, only one happy person in the world. I want to create the world of happiness. And now I am happiest person in the world because I know the matter.
Sister, do you want to convey any message to Indian people?
Just one. Came to the God. Please open your eyes, open your ears. God already has come. Just take the knowledge and become a pure. It's time to become a deity.
Sister, is it possible that this knowledge can bring peace in the world? Do you believe in that?
Of course, I'm not only believe, I know that will happen. This knowledge will create a purest world and a peaceful world and happy world and a loveful world.
Is it possible for people to transform themselves?
Of course, because God said this. You can change yourself if you will together with God.
And how will that realization awake in people?
Just open your heart and you will feel this.
Sister, what changes came into your life after coming in contact with Brahma Kumaris?
Many. My dress and my lifestyle and my food. And of course, now I'm a knowledgeful person. Now I understand what happened, why it's happened, what to do, how to do.
Thank you so much, sister, for being with us. It was a pleasure having you amongst us. So viewers, we'll meet you in the next episode. Till then, goodbye.